Alright, so this is day one of the hunt. So I got my bow. Alright, I'm using my bear archery compound bow. I'm in the blind that I typically use, pretty decent blind. So gives me a very good situation over here. Shows me I am using the new 4th Arrow tree tripod, or whatever you want to call it. It works pretty well so far. The problem is that you see that swing, you're actually attached to a tree. That's why that's going on. I don't get very lucky in bow season, but I'm always hopeful. So we're gonna see what happens. I got my first bear this year, which was good. It wasn't a very big bear, but it was a decent sized bear. And I want to see if I can get a deer. Now, I'm only up here with one other person. It is pretty warm out, and that's probably part of the reason why I'm not very successful in the bow season, because of that. Because there is plenty of food and vegetation to eat. There's plenty of water. There's plenty of bedding areas. And in the early season, if the deer don't want to come around, they don't have to. Once it gets colder out, things start to change. I have been seeing a lot of deer when I was up here. We do have a coyote problem. So I also brought a rifle with me as well, because if I see a coyote, I'm going to kill it. They're nuisance animals, and you are allowed to shoot nuisance animals here. They also chase all the wildlife away, so if you can, just try to get rid of the coyotes, as many as you can. And we'll see what happens. I only got a couple days. I'm pretty hopeful, so we'll see what happens. So wish me luck. Alright guys, so it's day 2, and I'm walking into a new blind that we put up last year. As you can see, all the leaves have all turned, which is awesome. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, to be honest with you. I checked all the trail cams yesterday. Looks pretty good. We got 4 doe, or I should say, we got about 3 does and a yearling. We also have a bear, 3 coyotes. So I am bringing a rifle, but the rifle is just for the coyotes. I'm not shooting any more bear. The bear is really small. Just let him alone. But I'm really just looking for the bucks. There's a 4-pointer and there's a 6-pointer. The problem is 6-pointers, because they tend to get older, comes out at 4:30 in the morning. So smart, right? Smart freaking old timers. That's probably why he's a 6-pointer. This is the pre-rut season. So with the pre-rut season, what that means is that the bucks are starting to come around during the day. So I'm gonna be super quiet trying to walk in, but I think I might see something. I didn't go out this morning, but I'm gonna try to do a longer stand or a longer sit. So it's about 1 o'clock. 6 o'clock is gonna be is when it gets dark out here. But like I said, I mean, just look how gorgeous this is. Alright, so it's its own wonderland. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, I'm only up here with one other person, the landowner, and he's elderly. And I told him, listen, if it gets too cold or too windy, don't hurt yourself going out there. I'll just sit in your stand and see what kind of happens. I'm not too much of a bow hunter to begin with, but I use this opportunity to scout and scope to see what's going on. So I'm going to try to get to the blind without making any more noise. All right. The good thing about having a blind such as this, where you're fully enclosed, is that you can put stuff in here. You don't have to worry about the elements. You're on an elevated platform. You're not standing in the dirt, the cold, the snow, or anything like that, which is really good. You still gotta worry less about your scent and less about noise, and you just try to do your best. I mean, this is an ideal setup. I think this is made by Maverick. And when we put this sucker together, I mean, this thing's like $1,400, and you have to still build the platform. We did black out the back windows, so my silhouette or anybody that's sitting here, you won't see it. You can see over here that the windows are still open, so you gotta be careful about that. But if you're sitting in the back of the blind, it's actually kind of warm in here because it's made out of black. And you had to put the whole thing together, which is kind of nice. Which I don't really care. It just took us like a day to put it together, and we had to get the platform and all that. But I mean, ideally, if you're someone that's getting older and you don't want to do tree stands, and you have some property and you can set one of these suckers up, this is a freaking gold mine. We're gonna put one on the other side of the mountain too. This is at the lower edge. This is the Adirondack Mountains. So it gets super cold, especially at night. We're also looking to see if we can find any coyotes. They just make noise, they're out of control. So we're gonna try to see if we can sit here for a little while, see what we can find. And if I get a chance, I'm definitely gonna take out a coyote. But we're gonna sit here for a couple hours, see what we can do. Alright guys, so this is going to be the last hunt for bow season. Rifle's coming up next. I figured I'd do it from my new stand in the trees. As you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous up here. It's about 70 degrees, so the chances of me actually seeing anything are pretty slim. When it's this hot out, they typically don't come out. But I spent most of the afternoon during the 1 o'clock putting up this stand. It was in a different area. I drugged it over here and put it up, secured it, and all that other stuff. It's about 30 something feet in the air, so it's pretty high. It's an 18 degree down, and it's about 40 yards from where I typically shoot. So I'm usually at 30 yards, and this is about 37 yards, so about 40 yards. So, going to be a little bit difficult to shoot with a bow. It's not impossible, but at least I cleaned up my lanes. I cleaned up all the debris. trying to make it more conducive for rifle season. Now, because I'm in a tree, I do have this nice skirt that actually helps pretty much cover my body, most of it anyway, except for my head, and I do have camouflage if I need it. But I think this is way better. I could see the deer coming in from different angles, from behind me, and it just gives me a more satisfaction being up. Last year when I went deer hunting, there was a buck over in this area right down here, but because I was so low, I couldn't get a bead on him over the trees and over the mound and the duff. If I was in this tree stand, I could clearly see and get a better shot at him. So again, being up high does have its privileges. So this is going to be the last day of hunting. I had some things going on at home, so I have to get home. Spoke to the missus, and I'm going to go home tomorrow morning super early, and then in November I'll come back to rifle season. So please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you guys don't like hunting videos, just let me know. Some people do, some people don't. I think most people that are hunters will enjoy it. Everybody else just kind of can care less, but it's a good relaxer. So if you are looking for something to get you out of the work grind, this is fantastic. You sit in the woods, you enjoy yourself. That's just what it's all about. Alright guys, please remember to like and subscribe. If I get anything, I'll kick the camera back on. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.